Synaptic Simulations, the team behind the hotly anticipated freeware A220, have partnered up with acclaimed developer IniBuilds to give the project new light. Now, for those that don't know, Synaptic have been working on a freeware A220 project for quite some time now, with the aim to have it be a freeware open source project. But, of course, with freeware come a lot of challenges, including challenges with allocating resources, allocating time, etc. So it is rather impractical in a lot of ways in order to bring a big airliner project to the market. This new partnership with IniBuilds is set to both bring the aircraft to our sims way sooner, but also make some crucial changes to the project itself, as you'll see throughout this video. Synaptic have therefore released a short and sweet statement, which we'll be taking a look at and hopefully creating some conversation around as a community in this video, and we'll also be taking a look at some reactions from the community at large regarding some big decisions that the Synaptic team have made with the future of this project. So if you just want to read the statement, it is linked down in the description section of the video, but if you want to check out all the nitty-gritties with this announcement, stay tuned. Now, before jumping into the show, some housekeeping items to get out of the way. If you're ardent fans of this channel and aviation in general, I'm sure you'll love the other two channels we've just launched alongside this one, Flyby Expeditions and Flyby Investigations, with more details about both of these channels in the description section of the video as to what's going to be covered on these channels. But your support on them in these early stages would mean the world. There's no content on them yet, but I am vigorously working on new content on these channels. They're both linked down in the description section of the video. Please go subscribe if you want to support the Flyby community. Anyways, with that out of the way, a quick note from our video sponsor before getting into the meat of things. Now, long-term viewers of the channel might know that I'm not much of a bush pilot or GA aircraft flyer. I love flying large airliners, but there's always that lingering feeling about how my flight is doing, whether it's all peaceful or if I'm in an uncontrolled nosedive about to kill all of my passengers. Well, with today's sponsor, Awesome Remote, you don't have to worry anymore. Awesome is a free-to-download application software from macOS, Windows, and Android that allows you to remotely control your PC using your phone. As can be seen here, I can monitor my flight, control the cameras, and even move things around as needed without having to be anywhere near my monitor. So log on to the link in the description section of the video to see all of their expanded payment plans, including a pluggable device that can wake up your PC remotely. Once again, that's Awesome Remote, and you can find out more by clicking on the link in the description section of the video. So then, ladies and gentlemen, let's start out with some background regarding what this project is. The A220 project was announced back in 2020, I believe, when a passionate team of developers, aka Synaptic Simulations, chose to embark on creating a freeware open source project similar to the fly-by-wire A320 series that many of you guys might be familiar with. Over the years, we've gotten several development updates, video showcases, and more, highlighting the scope and progress of the project, but it's always seemed rather far away, with nothing substantial really to report on the project. So all of this brings us to the statement Synaptic Simulations has made today in regards to their A220. First things first, they thank us, the community, for the support we've shown the project and say they're still eagerly working on bringing us a quality product. So no, the project isn't being scrapped, for those of you wondering. In fact, the major news here is that Synaptic have collectively decided to move away from the free and open source software model they had committed to earlier and instead publish the Synaptic A220X for Microsoft Flight Simulator as a paid add-on. According to the team, this decision comes out of a realization of the project's overall potential, as well as the ever-growing development demands during often busy and stressful times for their team. Now, believe me, I am in no way someone who loves to split my wallet in half to pay for add-ons, and am again by no means imperceptive to those that like freeware and don't want to pay for add-ons. However, I'm also not someone who is just completely oblivious to the harsh demands of developing a complex airliner using a purchase-only business model in a rather niche and relatively small community that is the virtual world of flight simulation we know and love. As such, though I might not like the paid aspect of this news, I am in support of this decision since I believe people deserve to be reimbursed for their work and effort, especially if the end product is of high standard. Of course, would have been great if we had this all for free, but given the progress that the Synaptic Simulations team was making by itself, it's good that they've partnered with IniBuilds and, are now able to bring this project to us sooner, but at a monetary cost. Now, going back to the statement, the team reassures us that they aren't embarking on this chapter alone, as we just said, and are thrilled to announce that they are continuing development jointly with the support of IniBuilds. Through this collaboration, they hope to elevate the Synaptic A220X to new heights with regards to quality in order to bring us, the community, the A220 experience without compromise, all in a more expedited time frame as compared to self-publishing under a freeware model. Once again, this statement also fills me with more hope. As mentioned before, though we've seen updates from the team, they've been few and far between, and it's just been hard to justify this aircraft actually coming to our virtual skies anytime in the future. Partnering with a company like IniBuilds gives Synaptic some well-deserved help on their project, along with the expertise of actually publishing an add-on successfully into the flight sim marketplace to help them kick on their, virtual add-on creation careers, so to speak. Most importantly though, it's the expedited time frame that I'm most excited about. The added hands in development will definitely help this aircraft come out much quicker than if it were still under its freeware scope, as mentioned previously, which is exciting news for me personally. I don't know about you guys. Moving on to the rest of the statement, console users can also rejoice in knowing that in addition to releasing for the desktop edition of Microsoft Flight Simulator, the team is excited to announce that the Synaptic A220 will finally be coming to the Xbox edition of Microsoft Flight Simulator as well. The desktop edition of the Synaptic A220 will be made available exclusively through the IniBuilds store, and the Xbox edition will be available through the Microsoft Marketplace. The team also points out some more important release info in regards to the variants of the A220 we can expect to see. The initial release will be the A22X-300 and the A22X-100 variant, as well as the ACJ, which is the corporate jet variant of the aircraft, will arrive later as a free upgrade to customers of the base package once they are available. Multiple variants, free upgrades to base package owners, Xbox compatibility directly through the marketplace. I've said it before and I'll say it again, IniBuilds have slowly become one of my favorite developers in the flight sim landscape, and they're proving it again with their choice of pursuing a consumer-focused business model. Now, the one thing I do have doubts with in relation to this news is IniBuilds' already packed schedule of creating aircraft. They've just released their A300-600 and have recently also announced the very exciting A350 and A380 projects they're working on as well, with the A350 set to release in 2024 and A380 pinned for next year. Where in the middle of all this do they plan to fit in the A220 is a mystery, but definitely one that I'm excited to see. Hopefully they can dedicate two separate teams to concurrently work on the A220 and the A350 at the same time, so both can come in 2024, but that may just be wishful thinking, honestly. Synaptic finally goes off to finish their statement by saying they understand any unfavorable feelings that we as a community may have towards this decision, as it was a tough one for them to make themselves, knowing the support we've all given them with the promise of a free and open source add-on. A frequently asked questions article will be published in the very near future with more details regarding the project, and the team encourages you guys and the rest of the community at large to start asking some questions about this project you'd like to see answered in that said article. If you guys haven't subscribed to this channel already, please do so. We're gonna have all of these details answered in a future video about the A220 as well. Once again, all in all, pretty pleased with this news. I have no doubts that under the leadership and purview of the highly skilled IniBuilds team, the project's scope will increase and the end product will be of extremely high quality. As mentioned toward the beginning of the video, however, let's see what some people's thoughts are in the community already. First things first, a large portion of the community does believe IniBuilds has the resources to develop a high quality product in a timely manner, so that's always good to see. People do realize it's controversial, but for the return on their investment, they're getting more bang for their buck, so it's nice to see that the community is overall positive regarding this news, despite the added cost that people are going to have to bear to have that A220 experience within the sim. Now, for those saying short haul is oversaturated in the market and we need more long haul birds instead of creating more of these short haul aircraft, First of all, we're getting plenty of long-haul planes in the very near future. See our latest video for some more info on the 777, the 757, as well as the A340 that's coming very soon. But as pointed out by Spencer from FS Elite here, the A320 and 737, which are often considered short haul, are actually on the medium haul side of things. In the genuinely short haul regional department, we only have the Airsoft CRJ and the FSS E-Jets, neither of which are of truly amazing quality just yet. So having the single-aisled A220 at the level of quality IniBuilds have previously delivered would be quite awesome. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, some general thoughts from the community at large. I would love to know what your guys' thoughts is in the comment section of this video as well, so please go on, start typing, and I'll see if I can reply to as many of them as possible. Of course, if you guys haven't subscribed to this channel already and are looking for a one-stop shop for all manner of flight simulation news, please do so, as well as support those other two channels we've just launched. Your support truly means the world to me. Anyways, with that all said, thanks for watching and thanks for flying by.